Okay, we've got a request for a topic right now, and the topic is basically the connection between aliens and like the spirits and demons and stuff and AI. So the degree to which they would use the AI to communicate with and or manipulate people if it's a thing. So we're basically looking kind of at the connection between aliens and AI if there is one. Well, we get a 7 and 8 of swords right away. That's interesting. Let's just see what is around this 8 of swords. All right. So when we look at this, the 7 of swords at the root is showing pressure. So, in context of the question, are the aliens and spirits or whatever utilizing AI? I mean, I think the 7 would show that they kind of have to. This is showing the pressure of someone who's put on the spot. Like, here's this jester and he does tricks and people are looking at him and he's like, well, I better do a trick. One thing I'm going to say too real quick. Oh, look at that. So here's the bottom of the deck. 9 of swords, 10 of swords. So these weren't coming out in the reading. They were just kind of poking out at the bottom of the deck, but that's the 7, the 8, the 9 and the 10 of swords. So the fact that all of these swords cards are here is showing that it affects the way that we think, because that's what the swords cards are about. And we have a progression. These are all negative cards, that show in the progression of swords at the end. But what it's really showing with the 7, 8, and then up here, the freaking 9 and 10, is this is a natural progression of energy. This would definitely say that it is leading the way that we think. It's leading our mental centers or something like that. So, anyway, the 7 on the bottom, this is pressure to perform or being kind of put on the spot. To me, I think that's saying that they kind of have to utilize the AI. Now, in the middle, we have the 8 of swords, and this is anxiety. So here, the person is trapped in the tower. The moon is fucking with their head and trying to get them to jump out the window or something, showing just ratcheted up really high anxiety. And again, there's pressure or like kind of feeling forced to do something. There's something in here about, I guess, that they would push us, maybe. Like they would push us to do things or push our mental centers in ways that probably wouldn't be particularly comfortable. Now, when we look at either side of this, first we get the Ace of Pentacles, and I think it's funny that it shows up as a dragon, because this might be showing the Draco or something, right? But the dragons and the spirits, the aliens, a bunch of different names for the same thing. But the Ace of Pentacles, here is this universe of potential. It's the universe of creation. I think what this is probably saying is that AI was a Draco invention to begin with. Or it came from the spirits. It came from the aliens. I shouldn't say Draco specifically, because the Draco are not dragons, but something like that. I think this would say that it probably was a freaking alien or spirit invention to begin with. And that would make sense. They probably were doing it, even if we didn't get the idea directly from them, they've probably been doing it a long, long fucking time. So, as this moves forward, we get a Two of Wands. Now, in the Two of Wands, these two different things are blended together. Like here, these two separate shovels are kind of formed together to create a new tool. These two individual things bound together to make a new thing. And I really think that that's talking about an integration of AI systems, right? So it would have these two things that were separate and that they would kind of be blended together. Now, this is interesting. It's funny, I picked up the deck and then the Five of Swords is sitting out here. So many swords. All right. So I've heard that the alien agenda would have humanity being almost, not completely, but almost wiped out just in a couple of years. So I want to see if this is a part of that. Is this a piece of the depopulation agenda? And we get a Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is chaos and competition. At the root here, we have an Ace of Swords that's peeking out at the bottom of the deck. Together, this to me is showing war. And I guess that would mean that war is the thing that would probably take the population down, or this is meant to actually create war. Now, it's interesting because theoretically, AI should be the solution to all of these problems. But we have AI now. It's beginning to get integrated into life. I mean, it's the very beginnings of it. But we have war all over the place, right? So as AI has been integrated into people's lives, we've got these fucking wars going on. And any sort of newfound knowledge surely didn't affect that at all. So maybe that is going to keep happening. I don't know. All right, what else do we need to know about aliens and AI and or spirits and AI? Fascinating. So here we get a Six of Cups. I'm going to bring these over. The Six of Cups is this old story that is being retold. What I get out of this, because here they're like telling the old whatever happened before, they're telling it through this good versus evil puppet show. This is memory and like the way things were, the way things have been, something like that. I think what this is really showing is that this has happened before. This is not the first time. I guess it's not the first time that AI has existed with humans, and it's probably not the first time that we've been taken down to basically nothing, and maybe specifically because of the aliens or because of AI. Well, that's what we get here. I would love to hear what you think about it. Peace.